Welcome everyone, Jawarlock here. Not an unboxing video, a tag video. You see, I was tagged in the My Life in Movies tag by Tracy's Basement and my girlfriend, Sarah Dawn. So I thought I should probably record that and get it up. It's 14 questions, all about movies and TV. Sort of about your life, kind of thing. Let's just get into it and you'll see. The first question is first steps. The first film you remember seeing as a kid. Ooh, that's difficult. I think Bambi or The Fox and the Hound. Possibly. Both Disney films. I think they were them. Where I live, there isn't a cinema for quite a distance, like 10 miles or more. I'm not sure. It could be further than that. It might be 16 miles. No idea. It's quite a distance. There was one, but it was old and it was cold. And I think it was full of cockroaches and it got shut down. But before it did, they showed some big films, Jurassic Park, things like that. But they also showed older films, like Bambi and The Fox and the Hound, and they're the ones I sort of remember watching as a kid, so I think that might be right. Question 2. Teenage crush. Which actor or actress did you have a crush on? I've never really had a proper crush on an actor or actress. Probably Amy Jo Johnson, the Pink Power Ranger. That's pretty much it. She was quite stunning as a kid. Should we move on? Next question now. Question 3. Bad choices, good outcome. A movie you've seen that you wanted to hate but turned out to be good. There isn't one, to be honest. I've never hated a film as such. I've enjoyed, or at least put up with, every film I've ever seen. Some of them haven't been great and I'd never watch them again. But I didn't hate them. I just thought, it's not as good as some others. But I've never gone into a film thinking I'm going to hate this, because why would I go into a film if it's a film that I think I'm going to hate? When you went on your first date, what movie did you see? I think somewhere in 2001-ish. I probably saw some before that, but I don't remember. Moulin Rouge. I don't remember a lot about the film because the people I was with, actually, we might have got into a bit of a fight with the people slightly opposite us, so I didn't see a whole lot of the film, to be honest. But that was the first film I saw on a date. Question 5, home comforts. What movie reminds you of time with your family? This is awkward. My sister is 8 years older than me, so she left home when she was 16, which meant I was some age that I can't remember because it was math. 8? I don't know. You do the math. So I didn't see a lot of films with her, and my dad wasn't about after a certain time, which I'm not going to go into. So the only film I remember seeing with my sister and with my mum properly was The Muppets Christmas Carol, which has almost become a kind of religious thing in our house. If my sister comes down with my nephew or anything, at Christmas, we watch a Muppets Christmas Carol. It's like a tradition now, and it's a bloody good film. Question 6, first heartbreak. What movie upset you more than you thought it would? Oh no. I know the answer to this one. It's quite a common answer. It's Armageddon. But let me explain. I was with a bunch of my lad mates, and there was all our girls and people like that with us, and we were watching Armageddon. And the lads were on one side of the room, and the girls were on the other side of the room. And it got to that really emotional Bruce Willis speech, and I was tearing up slightly. And I turned to my mate, and he was bawling his eyes out. And I looked around, and all the lads were in tears. And at once, we sort of turned to the girls, who were just wetting themselves laughing at us. So that was fun. Yeah, Armageddon. Don't judge me! Question 7, leaving home. What was the first movie you watched without your family? I don't have a clue. Like, no clue. If I don't count my immediate family, as in my mum and my sister, then I count my stepdad's mum, the nan at the time. That makes sense? Yeah. Because I'd go to her house on a Sunday, and in the middle of the afternoon, much like my aunt I mentioned in another video, they'd have weird films on. So, Predator, Terminator, and weird things like that a kid of my age should never see. So yeah, probably something like The Running Man. Horrific thing to see when you're like 8 or something. Question 8. Good times. What movies do you watch most often and why? This is kind of easy to answer for me because it's these two. Casino and Blade Runner. 2 of my favourite films. I think I've seen these 2 films more than any other film, probably even more than Star Wars, which is insane because I'm a huge Star Wars fan. But Blade Runner for its dystopian future. I love an escape from reality for a while, just to be absorbed in a film. And Casino, because it's just such a well-made film. I don't know, I like films to absorb you, to escape from the world for a little while, and yeah, I think these 2, probably the ones I've seen the most. Question 9. Learn a new language. What is your favourite non-English speaking film? I can answer that one fairly easily. It's this. Infernal Affairs. It's a Hong Kong film. I honestly can't remember when it was made. It says 2004 on here. Might be older than that, I'm not sure. There's a series of them now. But the first one, Infernal Affairs, is amazing. It's so well shot, the acting is brilliant, the script is amazing. It's just such a good film. And you may have seen it without realising because it was remade as The Departed with Leonardo DiCaprio, Jack Nicholson and that. And it won loads of awards. But I don't like the film. Because if you watch Infernal Affairs and you watch The Departed, you see how big a difference there are in the films. There's scenes that are the same, and then there's other scenes where they took what was in Infernal Affairs and redid it in a totally different way, and it was pointless. The scenes in Infernal Affairs are there for a reason, and the ones in Departed are just there for just being there. It's just not as good. But also, probably films like Battle Royale, Oldboy, My Neighbor Totoro, Let the Right One In, and Pan's Labyrinth. I love Pan's Labyrinth, and I don't need to watch it in English, because it's Spanish, so it works. It's a great film. Question 10. Can't leave the sofa. Which TV shows got you hooked? I don't watch a massive amount of TV now. Probably one of the few series I watch at the moment is Vikings. Stunning. Love Vikings. Brilliant. Haven't seen The Last Kingdom. Apparently that's similar. But TV shows that got me hooked. Black Books. Dylan Moran. Fantastic. I actually saw him last year in a comedy show. I don't think I've laughed that hard in my life. He's a genius. Battlestar Galactica is... I watched that over 4 days, I think. Like 4 seasons. And it's just like, wow. So good. I used to watch the old 80s or 70s one, whichever it was. But the new one was incredible. Loved that. Was one show when I was little that got me hooked. But I could only watch it at like my aunt's or my nan's because we didn't have a TV till I was about 7. And we didn't have a colour TV till I was 13, 14. Something like that. Fun times. Real fun. But there was a programme called X-Bomber, I think. And it was renamed as Starfleet in the UK. It was a Japanese puppet animation by... You might know the name. Go Nagai. He's the manga guy who did programmes such as Devilman and things. And they're amazing as they are. So yeah, probably that. In fact, let me know if you've ever seen that programme. It was so good. Thinking about it, a lot of the shows I watched as a kid and as a teenager were all Japanese, like anime, manga things. Proper anime, not current anime, which is one step up from Pokemon. Things like Cyber City, Uedo 808, and Angel Cop, 3 by 3 Eyes, Doom's Megalopolis, Devilman. Things like that. Also, actually, probably my favourite TV show now I think about it, was a thing called Saurauden, or The Legend of the Dragon Kings. It's like a 10-part series in 93-ish, maybe a bit earlier than that. Amazing. It's based on a series of Japanese novels. Fantastic. 4 brothers, they turn into dragons. Sounds insane. It's brilliant. Question 11. Sick day. What movies do you watch when you're ill to cheer you up? And this is kind of easy. I don't really watch films to cheer me up when I'm ill. I just watch films that I like. And they're usually Japanese animations. My Neighbor Totoro, or Tenko no Shoro Raputa, or better known as Castle in the Sky, which was a film I saw as a kid, couldn't remember the name of, found a Japanese version of it, and then later found out it was an English version, and then found out it was by the same people as My Neighbor Totoro. This is Tenko no Shiro Raputa, or Castle in the Sky. by Studio Ghibli. You may have heard of them. They did Spirited Away and many, many other films that I think most people have seen, including that poster on the wall over there, which is, again, My Neighbor Totoro. Question 12. Look into the future. What movies are you looking forward to seeing? Simple answer, everything. I'll watch anything. I don't get to go to the cinema that often, so I have to watch them on rental or something. But if I can watch it at the cinema, I will. And currently, everything. But mostly, Stephen King's It. Because I watched the trailer the other day, and I thought, you know what? It doesn't look that bad. I love the original Tim Curry. Fantastic. But it's horror, and then the second part on the show just goes to sort of, yeah. So hopefully they do a better job with this one. Question 13. If only. What old movies do you want to see remade? Oh, this is a very common answer, but Fahrenheit 451. I watched it when I was about 10, I think, with my mum. It was like a period when my mum just showed me these films when I was about 10, and they were absolutely amazing. Fahrenheit 451 is a film everyone should see, and if you haven't seen it, read the book. It is... It's like George Orwell's 1984 in how important it is. It is a fantastic book. Also, Logan's Run. I'd love to see a remake of that, or at least a reimagining, because the original is fantastic. It's a future, and basically when you hit 30, you're killed. And yeah, you can imagine it doesn't quite pan out. That was awesome. And a slightly newer one, but still very old actually, thinking about it, is Spawn. If you don't know who Spawn is, there's a whole pile of books behind me. I love Spawn. Brilliant. Started reading it in about 94, I think. Yeah, 1994 I started reading it. Todd McFarlane, he makes loads of toys. His original creation for Image Comics was Spawn. He made a film. It was awful. It was so bad. And yet the story of Spawn is amazing. Come on, make a new film. Do it. Question 14. End of the road. What 3 films do you think you will always enjoy watching? Now, I would say the Star Wars trilogy, but that kind of takes up 3 spots. So, that's an easy one, I think, actually. Laputa, Castle in the Sky. Watched it as a child. I've already mentioned in this video how brilliant it is. I love it. Akira. I read the graphic novels when I was, I don't know, 12 or something. I think it was originally written in about 1982. And then the film was 1988. Akira is basically the film you have to blame for bringing anime to Western civilization. It is so good. Bit of a detour from the original graphic novel, but fantastic. I've seen it I don't know how many times. I love it. And one of my favourite films of all time, Blade Runner. To show how much I love Blade Runner, I have the books in various versions. I have the VHS tapes. I have a Laserdisc version. I have a HD DVD version. HD DVDs! They were only around for like a month and then they died out. I have the Blu-ray. I have the normal DVDs. I love Blade Runner. Posters, books, everything to do with Blade Runner. I probably own it. It's just magnificent. It wasn't great when it came out because people were like, I don't understand it. And I didn't like it first viewing. But after watching it again and thinking about it, it was stunning and it's just stuck with me ever since. It's just an amazing dystopic future, and I really hope that Ryan Gosling is good in the new Blade Runner. Or I'll cry again. So there you go, a little insight into my world and life through movies. Now I've got to tag 3 people. Usually I would just say, tag yourself and do the video. But I'm actually going to tag people this time. I went into my comments and I thought 3 people who comment a lot and I want to know what they think. So, CUBEJAM, Ashley Thomas, Oogie Doogie. You 3 have been tagged. Feel free to do this video. Also, if you want to do the video, just do it anyway and pretend I tagged you. Because, you know, why not? So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed these videos, please feel free to tag me in them. I quite like doing these. It's a bit of a change from unboxings. So, yeah, if you enjoyed, please hit the like button. If you're new, why not subscribe? Because, why not? You might find something like this that you might just like. Who knows? Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. And, as always, be happy, be free, keep it awesome. And I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.